Do you remember when we first met? A woman asked. She was wearing a red button-up jacket with matching red boots. Rain was gently scattering across the sidewalk in front of the park bench she was sitting on. Wide spots appeared where the rain struck, and almost instantly disappeared. The woman's hair was shoulder length, and the color of cocoa. She turned to the man sitting next to her. It was almost like today, wasn't it? Except maybe it was a bit sunnier. But I remember how we saw each other. I was taking a walk in the park when I noticed you sitting on this exact bench. I intentionally walked past you several times just to see you. I had wanted to talk to you, but I was feeling too nervous to say anything. So I just kept on walking. Honestly, if it weren't for you, I'm pretty sure I would have kept walking. You came up to me and asked me why I had been walking for so long, and that it seemed like I was looking at you. Which I was, but of course I wasn't going to admit it. Instead, I just said that I loved to walk. I know it sounds foolish now, but at the time I was in a fluster and wasn't sure what to say. The woman stopped talking for a while and seemed to be taking in the moment. She inhaled deeply and absorbed the smell of the rain and smiled. She closed her eyes in content and continued. We talked for a while, and eventually it turned into longer than just a while. Before we knew it, it was already getting dark. You offered to walk me home, and of course I accepted. I happened to live in the apartment complex a few blocks east of the park, and once we got home, that was that. We said goodbye and good night, and went our separate ways. Several times after that we saw each other in the park, we gradually got closer. She took a second to look at him and smiled. Oh, don't give me that look, she said while playfully shoving him on the arm. I also remember that we had some problems in our relationship, but who doesn't? I had been waiting for you to get to the park and you didn't come. Or the next day. Or for several days after that. I still waited, and when you finally did come, you were with another woman. The entire demeanor of the woman had changed to one of jealousy. But, we talked about it, she said, changing back into her formal, nostalgic tone of voice. And I know now that we will be together. Forever. She smiled at the man once more and held his face in her hands. His face was deathly cold. Do you remember me?